You know, I'm the trash of the world. 86% of these folks will tell you that because I'm homeless, I've made some sort of lifestyle choice. I'm a drunk, I'm a druggie, I'm lazy, I'm crazy, I'm a thief, I'm a child molester, what have you. They got 1,000 things to call me. But the truth of that's just a way of distancing themselves from an issue they feel uncomfortable about, because when you drive by the guy on the side of the road in a tent, you're dealing with abject poverty, and it makes you realize how good you really got it.
How is it you pull something so heavy when it comes to hills and stuff?
You push it. Yeah, I let mom steer, I get behind, I lift, I lean into it, move it 6 inches at a time. Been pulling that thing from, if you count all of it, from Mississippi to Colorado, Colorado to Idaho, Idaho back to Mississippi, Mississippi to Washington, D.C. to get to Washington to start a protest march, and then Washington, D.C. and a U to here, and I'm pulling it to Washington State.
And you said you got your mom in there with you?
I call her mom, yes.
It's not your mom?
She's a friend of the family I've been taking care of for 25 years. My mom's dead. I call her mom.
Tell me, what is it you're trying to protest?
We're watching the death of America. We have a dysfunctional system that's not serving the needs of the people. We're watching the middle class get killed off. Our generation, my generation's the first one not going to be able to advance its kids 50%, while watching the rights and the possibilities of America be dwindle to nothing. Our generation, the kids walking today, are going to be expected to support 3/4 of the population on their shoulders. This has never happened before in history. This is, by the logics of things, it's an impossibility. But not only that, we're expecting them to do it at the highest tax rates, least amount of possibility for advancement, least amount of rights, with the business, bureaucratic, governmental system and media working against their interests. We've got a dysfunctional governmental system that is being controlled by special interests. We are being turned into a third world nation, and the reality is that America goes 50 years later to 100 years later, there will be no life on this planet. The existence of this nation is crucial to the well-being of this planet, because in our struggle to grow as a people, we have raped one culture after another to allow 1/10 of 1% to control 86% of the assets. This is not a healthy system. We've been doing the same stupid things from the inception of this nation, but in our struggle to grow as a people, America's been utilized by our Heavenly Father to cause life expectancy to go up around the world, and for mortality rates to have dropped. People's education, infrastructures, economies have been improved around the world. Most of what's built in the world is because of what America's wealth has been created. These things. In the lengths, the amounts, and the horrificness of wars have decreased because of our nation, and in the most oppressive country, human rights have gone up. This is important things that people have died to ensure happen, and we're watching. I'm convinced is sponsored both outside and inside the nation. We're being turned into this pseudo-communist socialist police state. We're watching them kill this nation like it has no value, and this nation is key. We come from great people. We can only do one thing, is lead, and that's what we're supposed to do. When we allow them to convince us to fall to our knees, and it's time not to do this, because the reality is we're watching us become the poorest people of the planet if they allow us to keep continuing the way we're going. They're going to take away every bit of rights we ever thought we had. They've taken away every bit of the Constitution from us, and the people we supposedly get into office working directly against our interests. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. We can do better, and I believe that the choices we make, that impossible, as I said, is a choice we make. If we convince ourselves, allow the apathy to convince us that we can do nothing, then they've already won and they'll never change.